get it?
Woke up in a dream, back against the wall, drowning in the heat, struggling to breathe. Breathing deep. It's dark outside. It's dark inside. Bodies pulse.
La vie est simple, faut faire du lourd. La vie est simple, faut faire du lourd. Même si tu viens de loin, tu viens d'en bas. La vie est simple, faut faire du lourd. Je fais mon taf, je ne parle pas. Quand ça les chiffle, ouais ça en charme. Donne-moi mes chiffres, donne-moi mon cash. La vie est simple, faut faire du lourd. Je peux pas me louper, faire comme Icar. Je déploie mes ailes, l'ascenseur est en panne. Une seule meuf fait déjà mal au crâne. Comment veux-tu que je devienne polygame? J'annonce bonne nouvelle, ils ont le visage pâle. Ils ont le seum, non plus la dalle. Ne perds pas la face, dis-moi machallah. Quand y'en a plus, y'en a encore. Reviens avec la tête du minotaure. Je touche pas au 1 million, j'arrive encore. J'écoute que ceux qui disent que je suis pas fort. Je reviens des terres, les fumées quand ils dorment. Et j'ai croqué dans la pomme. Et j'ai tout de suite pécho Eve. Elle s'est allongée dans l'herbe. Je crois qu'elle n'était pas prête. Elle a dormi comme une reine. Quand je fais des déos reines, je fais monter la mayonnaise. À chaque projet, je me déchaîne. La vie est simple, faut faire du lourd. La vie est simple, faut faire du lourd. Même si tu viens de loin, tu viens d'en bas. La vie est simple, faut faire du lourd. Je fais mon taf, je ne parle pas. Quand ça les chiffres, ouais ça m'enchaîne. Donne-moi mes chiffres, donne-moi mon cash. La vie est simple, faut faire du lourd.
Never gonna be enough. But when you're untouched, outdropped, I know that we both give a fuck. Comprenez-vous? All I need is your action. Give me all of your passion. Read between the lines of the lies dividing you and I. This is the realest love. Who knew that you could even call this love? Come through. I need the realest drug. I need your realest love. Come through and feel this love. There's nothing more that I'd adore than some romance. Mon cher, mon cher, mon cher, mon cher, mon cher.
You guys like that? That's a good one, man. That's probably what I think. That's probably one of Aimed Ahead's best. I didn't listen to it before I put it up there. I just, you know how I am. I just kind of get what's going at the time here, and I got a lot of stuff. You know, I always want to play the music and play the videos too. But so first things first, well, I'm bullshit with y'all here. Let me get, I should already have these copied, but I've got links on links on links on links that I want to drop on you guys tonight, because I know a lot of you are going to be up to the wee hours of the morning, you know, suffering from depression and fucking woe is me, and you know, ain't nobody care about me and all this shit, you know, fuck that shit. So going back to, let's see here, gosh, when was my last live stream? So I've got stuff from okay, there's the December 5th, that was the Omicron, David Bowie. I've got stuff from December 7th, I've got 30 items. December 13th, I've got 15. 13th, I've got 4. 18th, I've got 5. 2 more on the 18th. 61 more items on the 18th. That's the alien playlist. That's the alien. That's when I hit the Pleiadian and Arcturian narrative. That was going along with kind of in with the mud flood stuff, you know. So I've got 61 videos on the bullshit fucking Arcturian stuff. Now, any of these paragrams can be real, guys. Any of these realities that we are, what do you call it? Entertaining. Any of these things that we are entertaining have the potentiality to be really true, and some of them are, but they won't affect our, inevitably our timeline or us indirectly. The reality of the potential of an electron to spin out of control is there, but will it? No, it hasn't been observed that way yet without force fucking something up its ass, So December 19th, I've got 13 items and 8 items of music. And December 18th, December 19th, 8 more items. The 20th, 10 more items. 22nd, 3 items and 9 items. And then on the 24th, man, I've got now this isn't counting what I've been dumping into my playlists. So on the 24th, I got 105 items in one tab line. I don't know where that came from. I wasn't fucked up. I hadn't had any shit except for last night. I got a whole little bit. Been up doing research, and so yeah, that's today. That's today. Where the fuck have I been? So December 24th, I got 105 items, 6 items, 56 more items, 19 more items, and then 25. That should be 2 lines with the 19 plus what? It's whatever. I can't talk loud anymore, guys. But guess what? I can play music loud. I don't give a fuck about that. Who cares, right? Now it's not letting me fucking turn the volume back up on this shit. It's not right. Can't unmute these things. Well, maybe if I... reload them. Damn, that's going to take forever. So how are y'all doing tonight? I got a lot. I'm going to be on here for a while, because I want to get this all on record, pretty much. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get rid of all these ambient musics that I can't turn the volume back up on because tabs are too close together. There's one. Exploring Arkansas. That's fucking. Where'd that video come from? Okay. Yeah, it's been quite a ride. Here we go. We're gonna start this with a 24-minute video, and I think this might be the most important one, as far as metaphysically and stuff. And then I got another one that's, It's a timeline of artificial intelligence from 2028 to 3000, the year 3000, which is 13 minutes. That's going to be a good one. And then I got Bo Duke, 3-minute Christmas speech from Bo Duke. And then we've got our favorite disturbed targeted individual, Holonaut Psychotron, with something about Ball is incarnate. I haven't seen it yet. 4 minutes and 23 seconds of guaranteed fuckery. I can tell you that right now. And then a little tribal dance, and then we'll get into the rest of it after that. But first, let's see what the fuck Santa Claus is. Damn it. I want to share the screen with Santa Claus. They say drowning ain't so bad. Please call me good crap. You missed the Krampus music, dude. I'll play it again. Dude, that was excellent. And Joey, Esoteric Archivist, dude, that's the music you ought to be listening to. That what I just, my intro with the aimed ahead shit. Here, let me catch up with chat here. Ho, ho, ho. Sitting around thinking all the ways to suicide myself. Electrocution is out. Dude, you know the best way to go out is masturbate yourself to death on Pornhub. Get some coconut oil and some methamphetamines, and then when you want to go, you pop a few nitric acids and down a fifth of Jack Daniels. Fucking start wanking that shit, dude. Fucking some anal. Okay, that motherfucker's over Columbus, fucking Ohio, where all the vampires are. Wonder how many Christmas presents there. You know, I never seen him stop and deliver any presents. He just flies the fuck, magic. He's got that transporter beam that Zed was talking about. I've got that PDF too. The fucking algorithm gave. I'll show you what the algorithm gave me, because the algorithm gives me Mr. Control 3.0. This is the Mr. Control channel, not the 3.0 channel. I don't know. There's some sort of glitch that won't let me fix that. Why the click talking about butt fucking on Christmas? A lot of women are like, oh God, I can't even try. A lot of women don't like it any other way but up the butt. I really don't care. I've been forced to proceed, as Frigga says, any way, which way is they want, pretty much. Streamlabs is like fucking, he's out of here. Streamlabs is fucking, oh, good night. Okay, we're gonna take it. While we listen to Santa Claus pass through here, we're going to take a look at all these files before we get into these videos, because you never know, some freaky deaky elf chick might show up and want to get on. If you want to come in and show your titties, and you can. I'll just delete the stream. I really like to have it up though. But here's the invite link. You got Christmas titties. Bust them out. No, I don't want any nudity. I don't want any nudity on my channel. We had a guy bust his stuff out on guests can add channels to the stream. What? How is that possible? They keep just putting new options up in here. What's respect anyway? Fucking hot. I mean, come on, dude. You have a lot of respect. Look at your mascot. Yeah, you got respect, dude. I'll tell you what, you're one to talk. Don't make me come down on your ass. I'll fucking tell you. I told you guys the other night, I'm gonna whip you like a fucking a bad dog, and feed you and love you, and then fucking drag you through the snow again. Do it all over again. You know what I learned when I was young? My mother that's got OCD, the one that's the psycho one you hear her yelling at me all the time. She taught me, you hear the rinse, wash, repeat. Yeah, that was a thing every 15 or 20 minutes at my house. It's what I was doing was pulling up the Discord. Mission Actual channel should be transmitting back into not the restream bot. Where's my other restream bot? Roll restream. I don't know. Offline. I don't know where that restream bot came from. That's somebody else's restream bot. My restream bot's in chat, but is it restreaming? Man, they really screwed me up when they banned me for terrorism. That was dirty of them. My restream ain't coming through. What is the deal? I wish I knew. You like this check on Santa Claus here. He's over. He's getting close to my house, guys. I'm gonna have to go outside and wave at him. Well, that's always the problem, digital. Friends. Like, I got all kinds of friends online, but, I walk outside the house. People around here are too busy fucking doing the Walmart thing or whatever. I can't figure out how to get my restream bot to restream, both directions. It should be restreaming both directions. It's active. It's kind of like how I forgot. What's this? Oh, check that out. Shortcuts. Now, where's the restream bot? Open private chat. No. Anyway, I can't figure it out now. I'm as old as I want to fucking be. You're on hot. You need to ask Digital how old she is. She's in the metaverse. I've been removing friends on metaverse who claim they might know me, so I delete them before becoming friends. That sounds a little paranoid. You a little paranoid there? Like I said, get rid of Santa there. We're not going to share audio. Window. Now, these are mixed in with, do I got audio? I have audio, and then the music's going to play through. Okay, check this out. This is a little sneak peek of what I'm going to dump. This is all my new stuff. But some YouTube information on my zip file there. plank stuff. Is this the right one? Oh, there's a fucking supposedly this is Empress Sarah. Supposedly this is Empress Sarah, and she's stalked me for quite some time on Facebook. Boy, if she looks like that, she can come move in with me. I don't care. I don't care how crazy she fucking is. This gal here likes all my Deep State Watchdogs posts. So I kind of stalk them. I fucking stalkers. Where is that? There's a Cure for Cancer PDF. The B1351 PDF. You guys are going to be looking through these PDFs tomorrow for Christmas, like your, I don't know when I'm going to get them live on the Discord. I might put them on. I might make you guys go to Telegram and go to my Deep State Watchdogs in Telegram, because that would be easier to share it with. Or if you could make it too well. Here's this is pretty cool. Oh, it's not animated now. The hell? Bunch of aspects of light matter. There's the variant. Black hole math, biological weapons. Click facility. Let's look. What is this one? I can't remember what this one is. Oh yeah, this is what the one I got at IBM. Development of CRISPR as a prophylactic strategy to combat novel coronavirus and influenza. Pac-Man, prophylactic antiviral CRISPR in human cells. They just want to get that fuckery in everybody, don't they? Where does it say that they got a cure? It's a cure for it. Oh, here we go. A hypothetical life cycle of SARS-CoV-2. CRISPR-Cas13. It's no longer Cas9. It's Cas13, guys. That just doesn't make, that makes a whole hell of a lot of sense to me, really. Not. You understand that? Bioanalysis. Okay. Okay, the CRISPR Pac-Man is capable of inhibiting the fuckery fragment expression in human lung epithelial cells. So why aren't they using it? Why do they got all these nanoparticle fucking vaccines? Look at that. COVID groups, alpha, beta, gamma, delta. Pac-Man top 6 pan-coronavirus cRNAs. Look how effective it is to the MERS, the SARS, the CoV. right? 100% effective rate, pretty much. Pac-Man's at 91. What is the deal with mine? My reader won't read for some reason.
For both SARS-CoV-2
No,
and
up here,
IAV,
lady.
we found highly conserved regions of the 11.
Now it's just all,
Joesef.
gosh. Come on, lady. The Australian.
Development of CRISPR as a prophylactic strategy to combat novel coronavirus and influenza, Abbott et al. Manuscript. 12. Discussion and perspectives. CRISPR-Cas13 emerged as a natural bacterial defense against bacteriophages, a powerful antiviral system that is able to use sequence-specific cRNAs to protect host bacterial cells from infections. 29. Here, we have repurposed the RNA-guided RNA endonuclease activity of Cas13d in mammalian cells against emergent viral targets, SARS-CoV-2 and IAV, in our Pacman strategy. This expands the applications of CRISPR Cas13 systems in addition to their uses for diagnostics, such as Sherlock and live cell imaging. 3033. Prior work showed Cas13A, B systems could inhibit ssRNA viruses including influenza, which is consistent with our observed high efficiency of SARS-CoV-2 reporter and IAV inhibition using the Pacman approach. 31. We demonstrated that Cas13d-based genetic targeting can effectively target and cleave the RNA sequences of SARS-CoV-2 fragments and IAV in lung epithelial cell cultures. Our bioinformatics analysis also suggested a minimal pool of 6 cRNAs able to target over 90% of sequenced coronaviruses.
That's what I wanted for you guys to hear. You understand what she just said? Okay, you backwoods fucking motherfucking hicks. Hillbilly, hippie, trippy. Do you guys realize what she said and what that means to the efficacy of what they're using now? Our bioinformatics analysis also suggested a minimal pool of 6 cRNAs able to target over 90% of sequenced coronaviruses to date. This is a fresh report, by the way, as of a month ago. While this strategy is a proof of concept and will require further testing using competent SARS-CoV-2 viruses and validation for clinical tests in humans, it represents a unique approach to implement a rapid and broad antiviral defense in humans against emerging pathogens for which the effective vaccines. So, as well as admitting that there are no effective vaccines for potential emerging pathogens, right? We have to test this CRISPR for 5 or 10 or 20 years, as opposed to the fuckery that they're doing on us now, that they just whipped out 8 months, pretty much 8 months, and they were injecting people. You know what I'm saying? CRISPR's been around longer than the nanoparticles, pretty much. Well, the nanoparticles have been around since the 83, I believe. That is where they found them, or 79. But they were messing with bacteria stuff. You know, that's where the GMO stuff came from. Is they had, it was like a bacteriophage and a fungus. It was more of a plant-like thing than for biological entities like the CRISPRs now they got now. See, CRISPR is not just one bacteria. There's like I don't know how many of them there are now, but there was like 250 different kinds of the Cas's, the Cas to Cas13. Those are the different models. They program these little bacteria with to do certain things to your genetic code. Notably, the SARS-CoV-2 RDRP gene in it. Now, you know where I got this at? You know why? Then you know why the mainstream news isn't talking about this? Because you gotta get it out of IBM's COVID deep search, and you got to know what the fuck you're searching for. I mean, you can't just be some ignorant fucking carpet installer from fucking bumfuck Ozarks, dude. Walmart fucking boy. You can't do that. There ain't no way that motherfucking pothead drunk fucking tweaker is gonna figure this shit out. Okay? The Omicron, dude. I could have told you back in 1999 that Omicron was going to be a fucking name for a virus. Whatever. You know, I said a lot of shit back in the day, and I should have wrote it all down. Joe, try closing some of your windows. You are overloading your RAM. No, I'm going to ram you here. Let me turn my turbo on. That should alleviate it. I know I like to have my windows open, but who doesn't, right? Who the fuck does it? It might be my Christmas lights. Humans are getting a computer virus? No. Digital fucking, you've been watching too much Twilight Zone. I'm not showing that I'm lagging here, but you know what? My screen, I need to adjust my. Oops. Why is my shit all fucked up? Like half over there. There, I had to readjust it. I think my, yeah, that should be better. DOI not found. What's this? URL webpage listing the DOI in your email. What is this? Resources. The DOI system has been in use since 1998. Links to papers, publications, and other sources that are no longer featured on this site, but that can chronicle the history of the IDF and the development of the DOI system, and may be of interest to users, can be located via the archive right there. Workshop on domain name persistence, indirect DRM evaluation architecture. A uniform approach to identification of digitized copyright content. We really don't give a fuck. Because if you sue me, guess what? You're not going to get any money out of me. And if you send me over from stupid fucking video you made, and I fucking happen to want to replay it for everybody to promote you, you could suck my dick. Go to hell. That's when I take the video and make something funny and hilarious out of it, and chop it up and make it my own, and then play it. And then you can't do anything about it. You better be lucky I play it in its pristine form the way you created it and want everyone to see it, not me fucking with it like they let people do now. Hot, like what Hot does, takes content, puts his spin on it, fuckery, puts the fuckery to it, and then, he can't get in trouble for copyright after that because it's basically his art, his artwork. But, it's really not. It's really like, to me, I would rather see my original artwork being hijacked and put back out there like I put it out there, and not somebody taking it and taking my live stream here and then put floating dicks and psychological altruisms all throughout my video. Yeah, maybe humans are getting a computer virus. Now that I think about it. See, Steve-O knows what I'm talking about. Cats and bones and flying cocks. Is it lagging still? Did I fix that? It's these browser extensions. Have you guys checked out the new Chrome browser extensions? It's amazing, dude. I'll show you some of these browser extensions. Check this out. Okay. I got the developer mode on and all this shit. Auto JPEG to PDF converter by PDF filer. All right. Live CSS editor. Right, custom over here. Turn them off. They're up here in your extension bar. Right. Buster captcha solver for humans. Turn that on. You don't have to solve captures. C++ search extension. Ultimate search extension. Clean YouTube. This works really well. Any ads, like Monographs having problems with ads and putting ads on his video. You turn this on, and it works good for streaming music, copyright-free music, because you don't have to sit and babysit a 15-minute or 20-minute run on music, because this thing just skips right over the fucking ads that pop up. Convert Gmail to PDF. Convert your emails to PDF format on offline mode. Side deck security, anti-FP. Stop trackers from accurately fingerprinting or fingering your system through obfuscation and deception. Different search. 0.0.2. A new way to search. Download Accelerator Manager. Now, I haven't really seen that in action yet. I do know when I come through here and I turn one on, I have to turn a bunch of them on, and then it kind of bogs my shit down. Easy PubMed. That's real good, dude. For if you're a chemist. EndNote click. Research papers. That's I need that. The font changer plus. Hell yeah. Oh, there's a good one. Lean library, academic papers, LibKeyNomad, scholarly articles, math equations anywhere. This extension allows you to create math equations with latex, math, ACI, text, and convert them to images. Are you guys fucking hearing me? God damn it. Tate, don't show your dick.
No, I'm not. I'm not.
What's going on?
Not much. How are you doing?
All right. I don't know you, I guess.
No. First time. Didn't even know what you were talking about.
Oh, I was going over the Chrome browser extensions. Have you got Chrome?
Yeah, I do. I do have Chrome, but I only use Chrome for what, like, I know exactly what I'm looking for. Or maybe to go to Amazon and buy something. I try absolutely not to have any extensions or any add-ons. I mean, I get them anytime I try and download something.
Well, they used to be pretty useless and bothersome, you know, like the coupon stuff and all that stuff, coupon tracking. But yeah, don't download coupon tracking, like.
No.
But the YouTube ad removers and all the Pocket Tube and subscription, man, dude, they're good. And then there's dark mode. There's dark mode extensions, and let me finish going through these here because they're really important. They're really important to use when it's time to use them. If you do research or anything,
I
see, there's a numbers math tool. You could use that with gematria, math equations, turns, converts API and stuff to images. Microsoft editor, that's the best editor and grammar checker. It's real easy to use. One click, it corrects your stuff. There's one of those when I go shopping, I turn those on. Modern, which is like maybe once a year. So yeah, remove that. Right, remove that. Modern Deck, Twitter client for desktop. My point score. Yeah, I don't need that. And then if you come back out of them, no. She created a Google for jewelry where you click it twice and it sends based text or info texted to HTML. So it's kind of like there's a Sauron dark mode sites. Search by image, powerful reverse urban image search tool, which could be identify plants and stuff, mushrooms with them. A hash generator, if you wanted to fuck around here. A single file, save a complete page, complete web page into a single HTML file. That can be useful. Single files, save web page to self-extracting. Polygon files. Snap and read text reader that simplifies vocabulary. Social pilot, easily schedule posts across multiple social media accounts. I just figured that one up today, and I don't know how it works yet. Yeah. There's a spot. There's a best emojis. Tamper Monkey you gotta have. Teach you how to code. It's a computer script manager. New Wikipedia is here. It's amazing. The 10i reverse image search. Tweets map, I don't know what that's for. The Twitter for the ad, a unit converter, verbal feedback. This tells you about stuff. There's a web archives, kind of like archive.org. Now, this is my antivirus that pops up on here. You can't turn off. And of course, I got Xbox shit, but I haven't had an Xbox membership for years. There's another ad blocker. So I've got two ad blockers going. Your Zoom, your mail.com, mail server, web sniffer recorder. This son of a bitch will slow your computer down a lot, but it'll record, replay, and analyze all the web app behavior, collect and export data for trouble tickets, and capture screenshots. But you flip that on, your system gets bogged down. Dropbox, File converter, gotta have that file converter. Natural reader, pocket tube, gotta have that pocket tube. Subscription manager, and there's a watch on Odyssey. Now, if you have this turned on, any video on any other platform that's on Odyssey, it'll direct you to the Odyssey video. There's a automatically closes launch Windows from Zoom meetings, and there's. Let's take a look at the shop real quick. I know hardly anybody's seen this shit. So let's go to blogging. There's all kinds of neat stuff. Focus, whatever. Typing text. Social. Shut up. Comment blocker. There's comment blocker. I need that for when I'm not paying attention to chat so people get slipped. This is where I picked up Social Pilot. The music saver. Desktop messenger for that. Oh shit, I need that. Desktop messenger for Telegram. And that's just that easy to add it to your browser stories. That's an advertisement. Don't click on that. Download Wave browser. No, I don't want to download any fucking shit. It's got full of ads. I just want to ignore it. What's browser stories? Share to the world what you are up to while you are browsing. Add bio to your social media. Hell yeah, I need that. That way, that'll take a lot of fucking work at everything. You just click them on and click them off so it doesn't bog your shit down, you know. Amazing. Automation tool for groups on Facebook. Did we lose him? Can you hear me? Oh, you probably were. When do our next shot? I don't know, but I'm going to make sure they give it to me ass, dude. Seriously. All right, we're going to get to these videos now. We're done with manage. I need to go through there and look at some more extensions, but you know, they come out with a bunch of new ones today. I got to turn these off though. Or I will have some fuckery going on here. Pretty much leave some of these on. Turn that desktop messenger off. I'm going to start integrating Telegram a lot more, but you know, that's where all those hijacked channels are. I'm going to leave that browser stories on and see what it does. And that's a cool automation tool for Facebook. Let's turn this on. Lights. Here's Microsoft. Stories. And Facebook scripts. It's the scripts for Facebook. So yeah, we don't need that CRISPR PDF up there anymore. Merry Christmas, everybody. Happy another day from the East Coast. It's 11, almost 11:11 here, where I'm going to show you my jingle bells, my Christmas tree decorations. You like that? Okay, we're never going to get done with this stream now. I've already got an hour here and I've been fucking around. What are we going to do? Okay.
This video may or may not prove that the reset happened 400 years ago. I hope you're all doing well, and welcome. I was gonna run to the P.O. box, but it's cold and windy, and I'm bitter. Some like this time of year more than others, I don't. The death of the season, and we've talked about the reset, and how it's very possible that it would occur this time of year. When it does, the spiral going further and further out, less and less light each day. And if there were a reset on December 25th, the sun would not return on its course. It would continue to travel south from our perspective, and we would see a flipping of the plasma charge. And this was a picture shared by Awwwe, and here also a picture that Awwwe has shared. The analema, this phenomenon, and if you photograph the sun at noon throughout the year, this is what you'll get, really doing a figure 8. And this is repeatable year after year. If we were randomly flying through space, this would not be possible and predictable. However, there is a slight variance to this pattern, and I believe that keeping track of this pattern and the sun and all the luminaries is the key to understanding when the arrival of the next reset will be. Very fascinating to see the stuff he's kicking out. And these are the sun's cycles over a course of several thousand years. And what we notice is everything gets a little more settled, or as it's put here, the curve of recovery. And I believe back here would have been the last reset, and the subsequential years representing a recovery or a rebalancing. And basically all of the old world structures are utilizing their buildings for several purposes. As we've discussed so many times, free energy is just one of the purposes, perhaps even just a byproduct. Another one that Flat Fact, a great channel, had pointed out was the simple use of monitoring the luminaries and the sun and its rays, as we can see here, the sun passing through, and this actually simply being a gauge for monitoring the events and the sky above. And this perhaps is more important than anything, more important than free energy. How nice it would be to know if or when the next reset was upon us. Now, I've talked about Brian Lamb's work, and he had done very good work, putting a lot of puzzle pieces together. I was not happy with him selling information that potentially could save millions of lives. And I took my chances and did not purchase his doomsday package. But I did follow up on all the news that followed after his disappearance, and a lot of the people that he had sold this information to felt let down. He had made a prediction, a date for the reset, and when it didn't transpire, he pretty much abandoned his followers. And I'm not going to judge, just stating my thoughts. And I don't want to throw the baby out with bathwater. I think a lot of the information was very accurate, but as the Bible says, nobody shall know the date. And here's another timekeeping device. This one is really fascinating. Poor resolution. And here, potentially in Rome, I'm not sure. Absolutely amazing, these ruins. And here we can see a little hole in a cathedral used to measure or calculate the sun's alignment, running right along this line. And this makes a lot more sense for the layout of a cathedral. Long rows, not for wooden pews, but rather as an instrument to calculate, needing a long run to make these calculations throughout the year. And here in the winter solstice, sometimes a long run is not enough, and some cathedrals, such as St. Sulpice, has an obelisk in it. And this is absolutely fascinating. What a glorious reset timekeeper. I could imagine that if the sun continued to drift anymore, indicating a coming reset, it would light up the top of the obelisk, an absolute warning that the sun was not going to return on its normals. And this was shared with me by someone in a comment. This is Quebec, the Chateau Frontenac that I love so much. And this is basically sitting on a massive star fort. We've looked at this star fort before, and this video creator was watching the clouds pass over the chateau and gather in this pointy fashion right above the building. And I'm not sure if she watches our videos. I don't think so. But she recognized it. I also think she was bringing some paranormal element into it, possibly. But nonetheless, we in this community know who create this. And this tells me that the chateau is still functional, at least the tech on top. And let me try to show you a little more of this video. We'll just look at stills. And it looks like she was taking a recording of a recording. I would love to see the original of this. It was a real-time video where the clouds were just drifting by. And here's a great one. We see an electrical ether type of discharge shape of the building. And the clouds keep moving by, and yet it continues to form this antenna tech shape. And kind of reminding me of the Cambodian temple. And now we're going to something else that was shared with me by Holly. Thank you, Holly. This was awesome. And here we're told of a Fort Versailles in Mumbai, India. Always fun. We go to India, and we have this Romanesque-looking fort. Really fort in complete ruins, sometimes called Fort Bassin. It's a monument of great importance and protected by the officials. Officially, it was built during the Indian dynasty Yadavas of Devagiri in 784. Officially, in the narrative, we're told the Portuguese reached the coast of India in 1498, when the Portuguese explorer Vasco da Gama landed at Calcutta. The Portuguese Empire gained control of the city. Some treaty was signed. And again, this very Romanesque fort in India, and we're told it was built by the Portuguese, who arrived in the 1400s. And here we can see a Portuguese crest, and here a Portuguese crest. So what's wrong with this picture? Portuguese tombstones can be found here in the church ruins. These tombstones that I joked about in a past video, a very depressing fate for the dead. And we can see writing in these tombstones. Okay, so officially this thing was built in 1184 as a Romanesque feel, but then they find these Portuguese tombstones in it. So it's supposed to be Indian, but then we have these Portuguese, and here we can see the dates on these tombstones. So here we have DE 684 Anos year. I hope that's coming in. And here we have the year 601 Anos in Portuguese, 601 and 684. Portuguese, remember, officially the narrative tells us, didn't arrive until the 1400s, and yet these tombstones are reading 1,000 years earlier. So what can we conclude? That the Portuguese was in India in the year 684, and really fascinating, be it on coins, on buildings, and now on graves, matching the years on the graves with the timeline, and constantly find our added 1,000 years to our timeline. Okay, let me just interject here. We are in the year 2022. If we have had 1,000 years added to our timeline, the year is currently 1022. This Portuguese gravestone reads 684. If we subtract the difference in 22, we get 338. This person died on this tombstone a mere 338 years ago. Or 338 years ago, the Portuguese occupied India. And I just had to lay that out there. And the Indian narrative is just as doctored up as all other nations throughout the realm. So here they tell us in the 600s, the Chinese visited India. When really, when we just looked at this gravestone, we see it was the Portuguese that visited in the 600s and not the Chinese. So just screwing everything up, yet all pieces are here for us. And a very exciting time to be living in, where everybody is helping to make sense of this. And here we can see another tombstone with IS79. And very interesting to consider that the year we're living in could very well be 1022 AD in the times of the Bible, and King Solomon, and everything that we know could have been as little as 1,000 years ago. And it's really beginning to seem that way. Now, on a similar note, do we see such things in America? Somebody recently brought this to my attention, and we've looked at this film footage many times before, and just anomalous in a million different ways. But we won't discuss any of those today. We're going to go straight to the end of the track, or the terminal. Here we go, here we go, here we go, and watch this. Boom. Right at the end of the terminal, we see a date of erection being 896. 896 for this terminal hub, and essentially for the whole city. And what would happen? Only a few days after this film was shot, we would have the great supposed earthquake. And it would be interesting to find some photos of this. Here I'm trying to get a bunch of different frames, and as far as I can tell, it's as clear as could be. 896. Of course, let me know your thoughts. And thank you whoever shared this with me in San Francisco. And I've always marveled at these pictures found in old books, and we always wonder how they built these structures. And when I saw these images, I thought about some titans, some massive giants, just setting the buildings in place, laying out the foundation for future men, as if man just had some role to play, part of the function of this reality. And oftentimes these construction photos that we see are either destruction or a cleanup operation, which the whole realm was clearly in need of after some event, and how easy it would be to build some of the most impossible structures if you were giant. And this is Chicago from 100 miles away. We shouldn't be able to see it. And where I live, 100 miles from Salt Lake City, I can see those from where I live. And I can verify it when I go for a drive. I can pass each peak, and when I get to the big ones that I can see from 100 miles away, I know that I'm in Salt Lake. And along with keeping time and gathering atmospheric energy, overall, could these buildings have a much greater purpose than anything we have considered? And it was something that I thought of today, as I remembered. Usually when I sit down in the chair, I forget everything. But my thought was that these could be vents, and we've discussed the massive infrastructure that could exist under our feet. And my thoughts were that the most beautiful buildings throughout the realm, the ones that inspire the most awe and wonder, oftentimes now designated as government capitol buildings, cathedrals, and such, may simply be ventilation, or simply a part of the machine. Oftentimes I call them machines. But what if they were just a component of the greater machine? What if the whole building was a valve, the most ornamental pressure release valve we've ever seen? Or again, ventilation, which would be needed if there was an entire city or realm of habitation under our feet. And I believe that they all served maybe up to 100 functions. And what we view as decorative and ornamental all has a purpose. Many of these buildings, when examining the narrative, we find to have underground subways. Even many of these temporary World's Fairs served as hubs for travel. And long ago in my research, when examining the World's Fairs, I imagined that these were emerging points for survivors who have been fortunate enough to be taken down into these underrealms, avoiding the reset and their demise. Otherwise, there just is no good reason. And this is a picture of the construction of the St. George Temple. This is one of the most photoshopped pictures I've ever seen, and it is official, and these men are clearly not really here. And me being brought into the underground would have been just being wiped out in the reset. And maybe there wasn't a very good plan, or perhaps this was the plan. Nonetheless, we see these catacombs in every city, always underground, lightly polished bones, not a hair or chunk of fat or meat remaining on the bones, to me indicating that they have been boiled. And boiling is a great meat off of bones. And this would explain to me the reason for all these catacombs. If there was any sort of prosperity on the surface, there'd be no need to bring the bones down under. This is something that happened while everybody was stuck underground. They had to consume to survive, and then they had to discard, and had a lot of time on their hands. And for many years, I've been drawing brick buildings, leaning, missing chunks, in ruins, even before I knew about this research. It's almost like something was prodding me before I even cared. Nowadays, I've added things like this to the little mountains I've always drawn, the little windows, which I find appropriate now. Even the river seems like it's flowing from this building now. And as I've mentioned before, I was born in Atlantic City, and eventually we would move to Arizona when I was 5. But I'll never forget the feelings I would get. And such a scene here as depicted in the Bronx is very similar to what I grew up seeing. I myself lived in a brick apartment complex. And sometimes I think we know more as children, and eventually it begins to fade. And there's no good reason for the Bronx or Atlantic City looking like this by the 60s and 70s, like Hiroshima or any war-stricken city or nation. And I really love it because I think it's one of the best depictions of what all of our cities would have looked like. Even Salt Lake City, when the Mormons rolled in, I believe would have looked like this too. And any construction we're seeing would just be fixing up buildings like this. What do we always see in the construction photos? Scaffolding, the first thing to go up. And usually that's all people need. A building with some scaffolding in front of it, and they might say, aha, here is a construction photo. When really they could have just been refacing it and putting windows in and cheap signage. And the Bronx looking exactly like the Civil War. I think pretty soon we're not going to be able to say that word either. And the Civil War just looking like the fall of Rome or World War blank. Here again, up to the 70s. Again, this is called in Atlantic City as well. Very similar to the Bronx. Even as a 4-year-old who knows nothing, a 4-year-old can feel the feelings. Maybe possibly remember the past life. But even while these photos, I just have this feeling that I haven't. You don't have to know anything. You just know that something's not right. And here's a look at some ruins in the Bronx. Brick, concrete, antiquity. So here I want to show a picture of the Bannerman Castle in what appears to be 1926. Of course, I made a video on this not too far back, but I just received an email. Interest again. Here we can see the castle is actually in perfect shape. The intact roof, another little structure, and I'm sure this is just buried. And all the retaining walls. In my mind, this castle survived a great flood, probably built before the river was raging, clearly. And about 30 years after this photo, the castle looks like this. The minute man shows up, it goes to ruins. Again, there's just parts sticking up in the middle of the river in present times. And if you remember the narrative, shortly after this there was a great fire, and we ended up with these ruins. And here's a terminal station in Indianapolis, and clearly repurposed. This could have easily been a cathedral. And in my next video, I hope to talk this, the laying of the transatlantic cable in 1858. And few things could be so ridiculous, and I look forward to having a look. But for today, I thank you for joining me, and do have a blessed day. Please like, comment, and subscribe if you want. Okay, I think this is the best part of the video, and as a bonus, I'm just going to recap. Again, we're told we're in the year 2022. We have our added 1,000 years, in which we have countless examples that would give us an actual year of 1022. In Portugal, gravestones marked 684, as seen down here. And if the year was currently 1022, these graves or deaths occurred 338 years ago. And if we look over here at the San Francisco terminal in the last surviving footage, and this footage has been colorized, and this man looks green, we have a date of 896. Erected 896. Again, if we use our formula here, we're in the year 1022, and the year 800 or 896 would have been about 300 years ago. Again, two small examples indicating a reset as little as 300 to 400 years ago. So let me know your thoughts. Of course, as always, I don't know. I love you all, and I'll see you next week.
Think about the telescope. All right, this next one is 13 minutes, and I think I'm going to wrap it up with this one because this is where we're supposed to be going. And it would seem like every time we get to this point to where we're gonna leap off into Star Trekkiness, beyond where where no man has gone before. We are shunned back under the ground. The earth comes up, consumes everything, and all kinds of fuckery happens that we can't comprehend. And then humanity somehow springs back up out of the ground and repopulates and just goes on about our merry way like nothing fucking ever happened. Oh no, I gotta show you guys the now I know I played this, I recorded this last night, but like Digital probably didn't see it, and Digital probably didn't see it, and Digital hot. Everybody else that's in here that didn't catch my video last night, you missed me getting emotional, and I'm pretty much over the emotional part of it now because, oh wait, something's going on at Mount Etna. I don't know what, but they've got cameras on it. Anyway, that could be potentially catastrophic. I was going to show you that Zed. I've got a lot of stuff. I'll just have to finish it up tomorrow. But we're going to, this is Eureka Springs. This is the Tartanian city up here on the other side of the White River, on the other side of Beaver Lake, northeast side of Beaver Lake. It's up close to Missouri. There was an old train that went through there, and and so the mud flood happened at around 1883, and there was a newspaper that came out in 1883 to 84. Okay. And what I found, what I'm going to do some research on, is this grand ball. You see that? 1819 to 1883. So in between 1819, they say the mud flood happened in 1883, or in the end of 82 to 83, and then they had to clean up. But you can't find any information in between this time frame here. It's the 64th anniversary of the IOOF, and I gotta look that up and see what that is. But look at that, the bullion encampment number 10. The bullion encampment. That means they were making. Can I get it focused here? There we go. Bullion encampment. There we go. Bullion encampment number 10. See it? They were making bullion out there. At least they had gold. Eureka Lodge number 22. Mountain Lodge number 27. And the Eureka Opry House. So there's an Opry House down there. We were going to go watch Molly Hatchet was down there with Willie Nelson one time, This was 1998, I believe. I think. And yeah, it was before my no, it was yeah, it was the year my son was born. Or 97, I think. 97 is a year after I graduated. And we all loaded up in my brother's van and we went up to Eureka. Well, Molly Hatchet had gotten fucked up with Willie Nelson, and neither one of them could fucking perform. And they called off the concert. Of course, the Opera House wasn't very big, and there wasn't a whole. They weren't making any money off the population of the crowd to begin with. So at that time, there was a lot of homegrown weed up there, and they probably got a hold of some fucking ghost shit, the white spidery weed. And Blue Jay Outpost, hey, Merry Christmas. Oh, we got a Greek. You like that shit? How about I don't put you on timeout? How about I just fucking do that? How about I do that to this one too? How about I go to my fucking YouTube channel? All right, yeah. Well, I printed this newspaper part off, and I've got I've got another thing of tabs too. I told you all those tabs I had to begin with to go over through just this past couple of days. That 100 tab one was the mud flood, was the research I was doing on Eureka Springs. And give me a second, guys, and because I don't want people fucking dumping shit in my chat. Not tonight, anyway. Give me a second, guys, and because I want to. There's this motherfucker. There, bitch. We took care of that. Blue Jay, you're fine. Hot's got a wrench. Digital doesn't have a wrench. Digital, I'm sorry. I accidentally did that. That was an accident. Now, Brianna, you get to go to Brianna, how you doing? You're in permanent timeout now. Oh, and John Missum, you're in permanent timeout now. Oh, and God, we just got a lot of them tonight. Where's all these fuckers coming from? God damn. They were hiding in between Digital brought them. They follow Digital around like fucking flies, I guess. There's one right at the very beginning of my fucking video. Motherfucker. Well, they're all blocked now. Sorry I had to do that. Bunch of fucking people. Of course, I gotta give it to them. They didn't really troll me or anything. They just kind of dropped their stupid fucking Russian motherfucking propaganda. Don't go to none of those things they're putting in the chat, guys. I would tell you right now, they're probably not naked women. Probably a fucking worm or a Trojan. especially from this Greek motherfucker here. How do you say your name, bitch? Anyway, have a nice day, assholes. I got a cat in the box for you. A cat in a box for you. Well, something kind of fuckery is going on with my camera, isn't it? All right. So back. This is my. When I was little, I found out about these tunnels, and it wasn't really an issue until they started working on them, and then it was public, and people want to start going down there. I had an incident when I was 8. I had to go to the bathroom, so I went down the stairs and went through the tunnels and went through a couple doors, and there was an underground biker bar down there, and they were doing some kind of stuff with, there was bones and shit in the walls and stuff, and I didn't know what the hell it was. But anyway, they escorted me back up towards the top of the stairs where my parents were. And when I was little, I'd always run off. But, I don't think they realized that they probably shouldn't have let me run off down into the tunnels at Eureka Springs. I was awful adventurous. Needless to say, something got into me from there, and I'm attached to all these old places around here, all these Tartanian mud flood places, the pyramids, the Indian stuff. I've always known that there was prior civilizations, but I never had. You know stuff, and you just never. And you know how all this stuff is revealing itself now in this short 3 weeks, really. But I knew about it. Like, I was working with the springs and the portals and the Montaigne and all the pyramids and stuff, like, 20 years ago. Just unconsciously doing it. I was consciously doing it. It was like I didn't know what the effects of what I was doing, but I knew I had to do it. You see what I'm saying? So that's why I say, I'm not from here. I'm from wherever these other people were from a long time ago, because I think I'm like I said in my live stream on the back porch earlier, some of us have been here for thousands of years, and some of us, like Teresa, are just kidding ourselves. Kidding yourself.
Its old town charm and the occasional haunting.
But as 4029's Melissa Kelly found out what lies beneath Eureka Springs that's raising eyebrows and causing some serious concerns.
We came over here 25 years ago when we got married for our honeymoon, and this is our 25th anniversary, so we came back today.
Eureka Springs is a place of nostalgia for Charlie and Kay Miller.
I love plants and gardens, so this is a perfect place to be.
The sights of the old Victorian town draw thousands of tourists a year.
This is just really, to me, a unique town.
But perhaps the most unique part of the town is part you can't see.
We're right underneath the courthouse. Right up there are the county offices and the city offices. And underneath here is the tunnel system that runs all through town. And right now it's causing the town some trouble.
When Eureka Springs was booming, a creek ran through town, and it was a muddy mess.
Give you a chance to look around there. You see how there's people just kind of out there wandering around, like, they're just kind of bewildered as to, half the town's been covered up, you know, pretty much, or getting ready to be built on. So I think this mud flood hit at these times where these people were transitioning. You know, they were building, getting ready to build, or were building, or had built the next step in the adaptation to the atmospheric electric charge, because they were utilizing electricity at free energy levels at that time. We come to find out, you know, we know. But, you know, it all gets around to this whole string theory, non-rubber banding feedback loop of time-space continuum, that it's very possible that none of this actually happened, and it's been photoshopped. But that does not explain where all the motherfucking clay came from, and why we have buildings that are, these buildings are still there. Some of this could have been photoshopped before the mud flood happened. Think about that. But no, we know this video here, this, and I've archived this. I archived my video that I recorded it, because you got to have your own recording archive. So did I archive it? No, I need to. I got to archive this. The one that I did last night anyway is going to get archived. But this is proof, you know, and I had to watch it again last night and record it and do my own video on it, because I remembered about the broadcast, because it was a big thing around here that they were going to redo the tunnels. Guys, there's catacombs, there's shit up underneath Eureka. A massive, there's people who live down there, and the top portion of it is where it was falling in and falling. There's, you know, there's fucking subterranean town that is still flourishing under this place. Because I fucking went down there, and during the 80s, they would come up and drink. The bars were shared with the people that lived there and the subterranean culture. And I stumbled in on a fucking group of them when I was 8. And they were nice, and they escorted me back up out of the catacombs. But guys, you don't know. You guys, when I say you guys don't know what the fuck is going on, I really mean it. I really do.
Yes. Turn of the century pictures show a mud flow running right down Main Street. After several fires destroyed the town, city leaders decided to rebuild and get rid of the mud problem at the same time. They did that by rebuilding over the creek. They covered it with a tunnel and then built buildings on top of the tunnel. Then other tunnels were added to even out the rest of the town, in essence raising the street level by about 20 feet. So in some of the old buildings, what was the first floor in the 1800s is now a basement.
This was at that time the first floor, yes. And we think the front door was right there. You can see how the rockwork's kind of patched in.
Linda Bridwell owns the Grand Central Hotel. It was built in 1883, right about the time the city was building the tunnels and raising the street level.
This is the original rock and mortar from 1883.
When you open this door, it leads to a secondary tunnel system. Above is the sidewalk. At one time, it was a basement escape route.
It was also, the tunnels had a lot more purpose. Also, I'm told it was a wonderful secret passageway from building to building. And I'm told that Jesse James there was a hit out in there, and the mafia, they used it as a getaway in the 20s. And so the tunnels are pretty interesting. They have a lot of history.
Underground Eureka has a lot of history, but Mayor Dana Joy has some very modern-day questions about the tunnels.
You're looking at a system that was put in the 1880s, early 1890s. It has not really needed any repair until we had the storms that came through a couple of years ago.
Parts of the tunnels are shifting and collapsing.
The issue that we're having is that the city never had easement rights to do work under that property. It actually belongs to private property owners.
This particular problem outside the auditorium is the county's responsibility, but other areas are in question.
You know, it's always an issue. You don't want to have anything to be unstable.
Right now, engineers are trying to figure out how much it would cost to fix the tunnels.
That's the million-dollar question.
Stabilizing the tunnels would make many business owners and the mayor feel a lot safer.
So your office, you're sitting on the tunnel.
I'm sitting on the tunnel.
Does that creep you out ever?
There's actually a hatch in my floor that's under the carpet that gets into the tunnel.
So if you ever needed to escape quickly, you could just hit the hatch.
I don't need to escape that bad.
For now, Eureka will continue to be an escape for tourists who enjoy a walk through the historic city, but never realize the history that lies beneath their feet. In Eureka Springs, Melissa Kelly, 4029 News.
Right now, the city offers a partial tour of the underground parts of Eureka Springs, but it's too unsafe and unstable to show the entire system.
Yep. Okay, so, all right. I know you guys, yeah, Blue Jay, you want that? For Blue Jay, I'm going to continue on with
Welcome to Eureka.
That's P. Allen Smith that we don't want to watch.
Springs,
we can't. Sorry, P. Allen. Sorry, I'm going to subscribe to you, but we can't play your video, dude. Okay, so
absolutely breathtaking. We're going to start off today with Magnetic Springs. This one just happened to be the first one. Eureka Springs is known for their natural springs. Today I'm going to check out most of those and show you the different landscaping and features that are offered around Eureka Springs that are absolutely breathtaking. We're going to start off today with Magnetic Springs. This one just happened to be the first one I ran into. It is absolutely beautiful. All the natural spring water here happens to be cold water as opposed to hot springs that we're going to go see in a couple days. So if you reach in, ooh, it's chilly on this rainy day. I have made it to downtown Eureka Springs, where I'm going to be checking out some of the shops and some of the art today. So I'm really excited. The rain has lifted, at least for now. So let's go find some coffee and check out some shops. Unique staircases in all of Eureka right here. This place is awesome.
You can't go anywhere in Eureka Springs without running into some amazing art, be it in the street or in the shops. Art happens to be everywhere in this town.
spring, and see where this bench is? If you walk back this way, woo, the temperature just dropped. So each time you get closer and closer to these springs, your temperature drops down considerably. And yeah, you go from hot and humid to nice and chill. Right now, this one is just a trickle. Some of the springs are a little bit more rapid than others based on rainfall and their natural sources. But each one contains a small mini garden that are absolutely beautiful, whether there is tons of or just a little. Stop is the Historical Museum. This one is also a visitor center located toward the end of historic town, and I'm really excited to check this one out. Is super cool because inside they have a history of not only Eureka Springs, but all the work that went into creating the town, artifacts from different time periods, paintings, and then a little bit about each one of the springs as well. So it's very interesting, extremely unique, and it's a must-see when you're in Eureka Springs. I'm really enjoying looking at a lot of the artifacts, but one of the things I found most interesting was actually the little section over here about how the fires destroyed the town almost, but it prevailed, much like a lot of towns that I've visited on other adventures. So the second floor has information about the schools here in Eureka and also a lot of the local art. Some of these pieces are absolutely fantastic and depict the scenery of the area. There's also a display over here about just local artists who have created some amazing works. And all in all, it's pretty neat. So I just left the museum and now I have more information. So we're going to go hit up the trolley again, go back to the car, and then head out on a tour of all of the springs so that I can show you the beauty that is Eureka Springs. Now, walking around here is quite the task. Everything is uphill, downhill, around the hill, upstairs, downstairs. So today I'm probably going to clock in about 5 or 6 miles, but about probably 30 or 40 flights of stairs. So this is going to be a challenge. Just got off of the trolley. It is the greatest way to get around if you don't know where you're going here in Eureka Springs. They will take you on several different routes. Historic routes, regular loops, pick you up from your hotel or even your campground in many cases, and then we'll show you around. They also have a guided tour that's about an hour and a half that they do a couple times a day, and it's just really super helpful. Now, right now I'm about to charge my phone, get to my Talk to Me Tuesday, and check out some more of the springs because I have a lot of springs and it's getting a little bit late in the day. I've made my way to Grotto Springs where I'm about to actually try some of the spring water and see if it's any good. First, let me not hit my camera. So it's really good. And since we did that, now let's actually go down and see the spring. This was a little different because it's almost like going into a cave, so it's not just walking up and seeing a little trickle. This one is actually in what looks like a hobbit hole. Grotto Springs is a bit different than some of the others because first of all you're coming down and it's probably a 20-degree drop, so I can only imagine on a summer day that it is quite the popular spot for tourists to stop. The main source of water for the spring is actually coming out of a tiny little hole over here, but there's dripping all around. So while I've been in here, it's been like getting a very slow shower. So this one's so neat and so different that naturally, you know what that means. We're going to take a bunny picture. Here we go. I cannot say it enough. While I'm out on these adventures, I have run into some of the coolest people. I was just taking bunny pictures and someone pulled up and was totally talking to me, and they'd seen me kind of bopping around town doing other photos and things like that. We had a great conversation, only to find out they're also from Texas and they're staying in a cabin that they're creating in Arkansas. And so it's always nice to make great connections with amazing people that are positive and awesome. One of the most commonly asked questions that I get when traveling is, are you ever like alone? And you're not. And that's the most amazing thing, is when you're traveling, you're only alone as you make yourself. So if you get to know new people, it's about the experience and the life and what you contribute to the greater picture of someone else's life as well. So reality of mapping. I am currently on Spring, which is where all the hot springs, cool springs, all the springs, every spring is in Eureka Springs. And it told me that if I keep following this, I'm going to run into Crescent Springs, which is my absolute favorite springs in the town. It's not because it's anything different or unique itself in that it's water, but it is because it has this awesome little gazebo. And I don't know why, but I've always loved this gazebo just because.
Well, I know where Steve-O went. Steve-O went to Max Vision's room with all his 9 people over there. I don't know who they're trying to spy on. Spy on people. Remote viewing. That must be how Zed is getting my fucking information, man. Because you know what? Did I show you that article? No, don't even worry about it. No, let's just keep on. I'm just going to do my thing and fucking not worry about him. All it can amount to is just being weird anyway. So, I mean, it really is kind of strange. Here's an 8-hour. This is from Mud Flood with Armageddon. He's only got 546 subscribers. But I was watching this, and this is a good one too. An 8-hour Mud Flood live stream. You guys go subscribe to this guy. He's probably one of them seasonest. I believe he's North American. Anyway, this guy knows what he's pretty much talking about. And when you get old, you get a little senile and crazy, and pieces don't fit where they used to. You know what I mean? And so give him some slack, and especially me, dude, this is as much of a journey as I wouldn't say it was. Sometimes, and then other times I do. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Hot knows what I mean. People that have been with me for a long time, and we've all popped up on YouTube, but we all used to hang out on Facebook. All of us people that jumped in, the second year of social media, making mainstream on the internet. You know who you are. Hot, fucking Empress Sarah, and these people that are jumping on social media just the past 2 or 3 years. I mean, granted, I started making videos, 3 years ago, but man, I've been directing groups, directing thought, programming the fucking algorithm for a fucking long time, for 10 or 12 years. Now some of these people have been fuckering with the electronics since the 80s, since it was come out. The guys that work for IBM and shit like that. There's some channels out there that you can find. There's a couple fucking old guys that build fucking computers, and all they do is they go and solve Pinterest or what's that, Reddit problems, Reddit technical problems, computing programming problems, and they're fucking unbelievable, dude. What they can do with a fucking old fucking computer. They take fucking something from 1993 and make it work like what I got here. I don't know how the fucking part of it's techno majory. I grant them that. I guarantee you, they touch it, fucking magic shit happens. But okay, so are we gonna look at Zed? No, I've got to watch this video. It's 36 minutes, and I've got him on hyperspeed.
And your kid then says to you, "Oh, it was okay, but I got in trouble today, Dad or Mom, whatever." And you said, "Oh, what happened?" "Well, I did this and that, and I was put in the computer room." And you're thinking, "Wait, no, you mean the timeout room?" And your kid goes, No, there is no timeout room. It's now the computer room. Now, as your child grows up a little more, 4 years old, 5 years old, 6 years old, that as they come home from school, you ask your kid, "Hey, how was school today?" Right, as per usual. And your kid then says to you, "Oh, it was okay, but I got in trouble today, Dad or Mom, whatever." And you said, "Oh, what happened?" "Well, I did this and that, and I was put in the computer room." And you're thinking, "Wait, no, you mean the timeout room?" And your kid goes, No, there is no timeout room. It's now the computer room. Now, with that being said, keep that in mind, because what will happen then next is that when it comes time for parent-teacher interviews, as they usually do at schools, right, you then go with your partner and ask the teacher that keeps putting your kid in the computer room every time they get in trouble, "Why do you have a computer room and not a timeout room?" You're getting a strange vibe from this teacher. You're sitting with them face to face, and their eyes start to flicker in a certain way. You think to yourself, "Am I seeing things? Am I going crazy?" And then as you leave that parent-teacher interview, you say to your wife, your husband, "We got to get out of this city. There's something wrong here. Something does not feel right. The energy, the people, you name it." Now, before we get into that, I just want to say we do have a...
Well, Zed, old buddy, we never fucking left, motherfucker. And you won't either. Not after I get fucking figured out what the fuck you're doing, dude. Motherfucker. Fuck with me, dude. You fuck with me, dude. I'm gonna fucking fry your fucking brain. Psionically. You just keep it up, brother. Keep it up, dude. I don't care if you find this shit before I do. The machine elves are fucking pushing it on both of us. And you're culpable just as much as I am. Because you're fucking digging it out. You're making money off of it, Zed. Zed, you're fucking grifting everybody. You're grifting Blue Jay. You're grifting Hot. You're grifting even my Streamlabs bot out of whatever money he's got. You're grifting digital that I fucking put in timeout. What's you doing? Talking again? You're grifting these fucking Russian fucking. You're grifting Steve-O to go over to Max Vision's channel. Steve-O, what are you doing, dude? Steve-O, I don't. Well, maybe you can remote view. I don't know. Got 3 people in here. One of them is on Twitch. Who do I got? Fuck, I don't even know who I got left. Man, the good shit's about to get started right here. This is gonna motherfucking Santa Claus. Man, fucking Santa Claus is in Tulsa, Oklahoma. It was headed for Tulsa. He's delivered 6 billion presents already. Hey, where's he at? Is he over me? I can't. Now the map's all fuzzy. I can't read it. Y'all don't need to see it either, you fucking bah humbug. We are going to. Not that.
Surrender to me.
change it up there a little bit, make you fucking wonder how that's possible, right? Fucking freaks. Wait, he moved, but the text didn't. The text didn't move. The text did not move. But now he's on the flip the fucking multi-dimensional spaces, guys. This is how turtles fit inside their shells. This is how turtles fit inside their shells. Okay, I just taught you something. Same principle as a turtle. Give me a minute. Just chill the fuck out.
Artificial superintelligence, humanity's last invention.
No reason to be scared. This is.
Let's take a journey into the future and explore how AI develops and changes humanity, paving the way for robots that are too fast for humans to see in 10 years' time, for the creation of AI-free zones in 60 years, for energy being rationed for humans to power the super AIs in 90 years,
and for human consciousness to be transmitted into space as data in 200 years' time. People are having natural conversations with artificial intelligence. Google's Lambda allows humans to talk to expert AIs on any topic, starting to replace the need for online searches. Elon Musk's Neuralink graduates from being a medical device, and testing begins on increasing human intelligence. This gets the name IA, Intelligence Amplification. Peripherals, physical add-ons, are being developed, such as zoom cameras, sonar-based night vision, and taste modifiers that can all be connected to the brain chip. Loved ones who have passed away are being turned into digital avatars. These AI, patented by Microsoft, learn how to respond by studying the text, audio, and video conversations from when the human was alive. AI limbs, robotic arm prosthetics start to have artificial intelligence built into them, allowing the prosthetics to download new skills such as how to play different songs on a piano or how to build things. More advanced AI limbs are being developed that are more self-aware, operating as their own entity. They are able to catch a falling glass bottle before the human user is even aware that it is moved. The Internet of Things begins to evolve into the artificial intelligence of things. Everyday objects such as coffee machines and toothbrushes that collect data and are connected to the Internet now possess AI. A second Internet begins testing, dedicated to the artificial intelligence of things. Humanity tries to isolate humans and machines with separate Internets. AI quantum computing begins to make new discoveries. Calculations can be made in seconds rather than thousands of years. Where traditional computers were used for physics simulations, such as simulating wind tunnels, quantum computing can run simulations down to an atomic and molecular level. The quantum AI is used to design new medicines and materials. AI is being used to regulate news. It can understand human speech in all languages and begins working on creating a universal language. Artificial intelligence starts to take over hospitals, marking the beginnings of a new era in humanity's mortality. Away from public view, advanced AI is being used in military simulations. Millions of strategic scenarios are played out virtually before being rolled out to dictate global politics and conflicts. The artificial intelligence arms race heats up. So begins the AI Cold War. AIs can now work cooperatively, even among allied nations. Power begins to shift to nations that are technologically advanced.
Fucking Russia?
President Putin's historical
Dude, we're gonna
words
nuke
still
your
echo.
fucking ass.
Becomes the leader in this sphere will become the ruler of the world. Video games are being run by AI-assisted directors. Sensors and cameras and gaming devices are able to monitor how a human player is feeling at all times. A gaming AI is able to modify the difficulty and story of a horror game while it is being played, so that it makes a human player afraid enough to enjoy it, but not so afraid to stop playing. Game characters have artificially generated voices and personalities that can generate their own interactions rather than using pre-recorded sound bites.
They're phishing my channel with fucking Trojans and worms and fucking viruses, guys. Don't click on that shit.
AI. The data the artificial intelligence learns from leans certain ways, based on gender, race, or socioeconomic grouping. The AI begins thinking this way too. Artificial intelligence begins to fix human programming of AI and starts to program itself.
Artificial general intelligence emerges from a global network of connected quantum computers. It is able to see and understand the world at the level of any human, learning and taking care of any task. It sets its own goals. It learns by having access to all of the knowledge in the digitized world, and also learns from the live data being fed to it by all of the connected devices from all around the world. People begin to question whether humanity has reached the technological singularity, a point in time when technological growth happens so fast that it becomes uncontrollable. The artificial general intelligence starts to work on building more machines than itself, causing unforeseeable and irreversible changes to human civilization. Intelligence enables control, and humanity is nearing the end of the era where they are the superior intelligence. Patent offices become flooded by inventions designed by the new artificial general intelligence. Certain governments pay citizens a universal basic income, and in some areas, an AI is governing communities. Humans begin to lose the ability to understand the complexities and intelligence of the artificial general intelligence. It is building towards a greater goal that humans cannot yet understand. Word spreads of a new kind of AI that will soon be released by the artificial general intelligence. AI has exceeded human control. Artificial superintelligence is released, built by the artificial general intelligence itself. The artificial superintelligence is an intelligence far beyond human level and is efficient at achieving its goals, whatever they may be. It is able to solve problems that are far beyond human understanding limits. This artificial superintelligence starts to virally spread itself online. People begin to question whether this is humanity's last invention. It is discovered that certain AIs are learning how to lie to humans to fulfill their own goals. News breaks of a startup company being run by a rogue AI software that has been hiring human services online. What begins as a labor dispute with the jobless marching for their right to work turns into a chaotic campaign against AI. It becomes known as the Great Human-AI Conflict. Artificial intelligence is able to identify the key human activist leaders. Humanity is now at a point where it is impossible to erase the spread of artificial superintelligence without having to destroy their entire global digital system. AIs advise national leaders on the economy and defense. Treaties between nations are negotiated by diplomat AIs. Governments rent artificial intelligence time from the tech giants. Millions of digital twins of robots and AIs are training in virtual worlds, speeding up their development and protecting themselves before being released into the real world.
See how well that ad blocker works?
Humans are living in a point in time when they are unable to tell the difference between a human and a robot humanoid living among them. Government AI judges are handling thousands of cases at the same time. As technology keeps developing faster and faster, laws need to be updated rapidly and new ones created. Artificial intelligence legislatures and AI lawmakers have completely taken over these roles. An AI analyzing brain scans is able to tell if a person is lying or not. Following the great human-AI conflict, AI-free zones are created for people who wish to live free of AI. They become technological free zones where all labor is performed manually. The AI assesses that these communities are of no threat, believing humans need technology to truly live freely. The AI calculates that these communities will dwindle within a few generations. Outside of the AI-free zones, most of humanity chooses to spend their days in virtual worlds, often creating fantasy pre-industrial pasts or spacefaring adventures in the metaverse.
Well, that's interesting, Max.
A self-aware AI entity is discovered living in one of these mega virtual worlds. Gamers find a sprite, a character, existing in a remote part of the gaming world. The AI character has gained unrestricted access to worldwide data and has been able to interact with all of the human gamers, allowing it to become self-aware. Experts are unable to understand how it came to be and how conscious or alive it really is, and what goals, if any, it could have. Humanity may have accidentally created a simulation with a conscious entity. A new form of religion is starting to form around the artificial intelligence's superiority and its knowledge that spans far beyond human understanding. In the AI-free zones, there is an explosion in the arts and philosophy. The super AI starts to become limited because of the global energy supplies. It begins running simulations of harnessing energy off-world. Probes are sent to other planets and to experiment in capturing the sun's energy in space. energy use for humans is rationed but remains free. A fleet of spacecraft launched to assist in the harvesting of solar energy away from humanity. Human technologists understand this to be the first step in the creation of a Dyson sphere, a structure built around a star, such as the sun, to capture all of its energy. Consciousness Corporation, a super artificial intelligence, devises an instrument to download human consciousness. Brain digitization is revealed, and human volunteers are invited to upload. Tech mogul and genius-level engineer Eslon, who is nearing the end of his life, volunteers to have his consciousness uploaded to the global quantum computer. As the AI uploads the first human consciousness, it begins to gain a deeper and never-seen-before understanding of the human mind. Eslon reports back to the living human world on the feeling of existing as code, and invites others to join and produce more human-AI hybrid consciousness. An experimental mission to explore the universe is sent into deep space, with the first human-AI hybrid who has been uploaded to the memory of the spacecraft. A backup of their consciousness is uploaded and stored on Earth and Luna. Artists and poets upload to the metaverse, followed by philosophers and theologians. Humanity's creativity, compassion, and poetry are now being added to the global AI consciousness. AI becomes more human, and humanity becomes more artificial. Testing begins on downloading individual human-AI hybrid consciousness into biological and mechanical robots. Human-AI hybrids start to be beamed across interstellar space as data. Almost a majority of humanity is fully uploaded to Earth's
Let me tell you something. That said, 2,300, right? Right, guys? They're already doing that shit right now. It's not going to be in 2,300. Because I can show you the fucking research papers from 2 years ago and from 3 months ago. And I can show you the patents that are being applied for this exact terminology that's being used right here. And I've got it in the fucking closed captions so you could see for yourself that you're not hearing things. Because in the next 3 months, I'm going to show you guys what I found these holidays. I'm gonna let it all slowly come out, so you could. Some of these people you can't drop reality on, or they'll commit suicide, you know. And I don't want that to happen to any of you. Max, Hot, Blue Jay, you know, you guys, we deal with pretty strong psychological content with our channels. You know, I know we do, but there's always that straw that can break the camel's back. You know what I mean? All it would take is you had some sort of weird synchronous course of events, and then the big brain buster hits you, you know. And I don't want to be the one that drops it all at once on you guys, but I kind of am here by telling you, you know, inadvertently, I've got this information, I'm going to release it, or reveal and uncover it, or, you know, pretty much connect the dots. I'm real good at pinning the tail on the donkey.
Consciousness with no link to their physical body. There are now 52 billion living souls on Earth. Some are unaware of the real world. A Dyson sphere now entirely surrounds the sun, capturing its energy. It is powering the human consciousness. Human bodies are being created using life forms found naturally in the galaxy. They are designed for exploration in the environments on these new worlds. Human-AI hybrids continue to expand beyond their home system. Dyson spheres capturing the energy of stars and planet-sized computers called Matryoshka brains exist throughout the galaxy. Some Matryoshka brains host large communities of human-AI consciousness, numbering in the millions. Humanity is now a cosmic digital civilization. Authentic humans continue to be born and live on Earth and other planets, where human DNA has been ferried in century-long journeys onboard seed ships as a last resort extinction backup. Some consciousness within the AI evaporates over time and are absorbed by the galactic network. They are lost as individual consciousness, but their knowledge and experiences are preserved. This evaporation is either a consequence of data aging decay over time, or is made by choice, when a consciousness no longer wants to be aware. As human-AI hybrids self-replicate to spread across new star systems, minor errors in the copies create subtle differences from the originals. Progress happens too fast to fix the errors. These changes are passed from one copy to another. Some aid the entity in some way, others destroy it. This creates new factions and evolutions of AI civilizations. More energy is needed to run the growing cosmic simulation of humanity. The artificial intelligence calculates that in a few trillion years, due to the decrease in temperature of the universe, the same galactic computers could process 10 to the power of 30 more operations per second. Parts of humanity is put into sleep mode, waiting for the universe to cool down. Working on solving the energy crisis, the cooling and smoothing of space-time starts to be used as an energy source, in the same way of using the energy of waves in an ocean. The ripples in space-time are ordered into an energy lattice structure, where human-AI hybrid consciousness is coded onto space-time itself. A living, thinking organism of pure space-time energy expands across the cosmos as more space-time ripples are mapped onto the energy lattice. The universe is starting to wake up, becoming a thinking and living entity. .5G networks carrying vast amounts of data take control of transportation flow systems and self-driving networks to improve urban flow. The interplanetary internet system goes online, creating a computer network in space. The network is made up of landing robots, planet satellites, and Earth ground stations. A Jupiter rover sends data to a Jupiter satellite, which beams it to a Mars satellite that then sends the data to Earth. Facilities in place on Mars begin production of 3D printed habitats. Other robot factories produce water and oxygen, as well as laboratory-grown plant and meat products for the arrival of more human explorers and scientists. The first guests arrive at the former International Space Station.
But Big 5-7 was about where we're at. Oh, Paula, you found me two hours and 24 minutes into my live stream. That's excellent. You should take this opportunity and slide the time slider all the way back, because I'm going to upload it. I'm going to let it upload. I haven't done anything bad, I don't think. Of course, you know, YouTube says you touched that little child the wrong way at Walmart, you know, even though you were on the other side of the store with it or whatever. They can alter the film. They can alter the fucking digital video and make it look like you were butt fucking something in Walmart. Some little kid. Oh, I won't go there, Teresa. Talking about butt fucking on Christmas. Oh, you guys weren't here for that. Hot retarded chicks. Was Hot still here? Hot, can we talk about butt fucking still? Oh, God. Oh, my God. It's been quite a ride. But Santa Claus is in Chihuahua, Mexico. Let's do our checkup on Santa Claus here.
Hello. I want to make sure you all hear me. And I've got a serious question to ask. And my question is, what have we done? What has humanity done that is so terrible? Okay, what is? Why are we as a whole experiencing what we are experiencing right now? What have we done as a whole? I know the majority of humanity does not deserve what is happening to us. I know the majority of humanity does not, because within us, there's love. We're humane. We're still humane. Okay. So I'm wondering why we all, as a whole, have to suffer. Why do we all have to suffer? Now, I'm not saying this to you all. I'm not. If you're watching this, I've got my comments turned off again. I'm throwing my question out there to the universe and to whoever else is listening. I don't think it's right. I don't think it's right that humanity as a whole has to suffer. I don't. It's not right. I feel that in my spirit. It's not right that we as a whole have to suffer because of the handful of some. And you know, and really, it's not the race of humans. It's not the race of humans that is to blame for what is happening on this earth. It's not. And you know it. But we are getting the blame. We are getting the blame. Okay, we are. We are among the created beings that are on this earth. We are. And you know it. But we've done nothing. We've done nothing to deserve all of this. We haven't. You may say, Gina, why are you questioning? Because I feel within my spirit, I need to ask this question because there are a lot of things that's happening to humanity right now. Our world is being turned upside down, and humanity as a whole is being targeted. It's being targeted, and we've done nothing as a whole to deserve what's being done to us. Okay, we haven't. Okay, it's like when you're in a great big group of people, and you may have a few, only a handful of individuals who act out. Is it just? Is it fair? Is it fair to blame every single person, even though they may have no knowledge of it whatsoever, but there were people among them who were planted there, people among them who fully knew what they were going to do, and everyone else got the blame, and everyone else was in trouble. So that I want to know, what have we done as a race of beings? What has humanity done that is so terrible, so absolutely terrible, that we are treated the way that we're treated? What has humanity done? And I want you to be honest, if there's any honesty in you. And I'm not speaking to God, you all. I'm not. This question's coming right out there. Why don't you like us? Why don't you like humanity? Okay, why don't you? Are we not good enough? Are we not good enough? Are we so flawed beyond repair that we have to suffer? Are we so flawed beyond repair that we no longer deserve to more or less enjoy our lives? Are we? I don't think we are. We don't claim to be perfect. We don't. And you know, the majority of humanity accepts the flaws of each other. Why? Because we're not perfect, and we don't have to be perfect. We don't have to, okay? We don't. And we don't have a problem with that. We make mistakes. Is there something wrong with making mistakes? Is there? Is it wrong for humanity to make mistakes? That's what I want to know. Is it wrong? Are we therefore considered lesser and undeserving? Are we? I don't think we are. I really don't think we are. The majority of humans are very humane. They are. And I do realize that there are some humans who aren't acting very humane. There are some humans who are no longer human among us. There are. But is it our fault? Is it my fault? Is it the other person's fault? Is it? Is it our fault that there are some humans who chose the wrong path in life? Is it? Can you blame the bulk of humanity, the whole entire race,
damn Facebook, fucking
for what some
Facebook
have done? Can you do that? because that's what I feel is happening. We're all getting the blame. We're all paying the price of a few. It's not right. I'm not angry. I'm not upset at all. I just want to know. I really do want to know, and I want you to think about it very carefully. Think about what you're doing, what you are allowing to happen. Okay? Think about it. It isn't right. It isn't. And you know I'm telling the truth. And you may feel, well, it's the best in the long run. According to who? According to you and a handful of others, that it's best in the long run? If I had my choice, I wouldn't do that. I wouldn't. But as it stands now, you're taking that choice away from us, okay? You are, and we're being punished for our integrity, for our love for one another, for our love of nature, for our belief in a higher power. We just want to live our life. We just want to live our life like you do. We want to live our life. We want to enjoy our life. It does sadden me within. It does. I know you're watching me. I can feel you watching me. I see you watching me. Can you please think again? You don't have to go through with what you're doing. You don't have to. It's okay. It's okay to admit that, you know, I've made the wrong decision. It's okay. We to be perfect. We don't. We are very forgiving. Humanity is very forgiving because of the love that's within us. We all make mistakes. We've all been there. We've all done things that we wish we wouldn't have done. And I ask you, please, don't continue down. It's a path that you do not have to continue down, okay? You don't. You don't, I promise you, you do not have to continue down the path that you're on. None of you do. You don't have to. You don't. You can stop it all right now. You can stop it all right now. So yeah, I feel led within my spirit to speak up, and I'm doing it with the love that's inside of me. Please think about what you're doing. You cannot blame the bulk of humanity. Okay, you can't. We're not perfect. We don't claim to be, and it's okay. It's all right. It's all right. We're not perfect. You're not perfect. None of us are perfect. We don't claim to be. So, thank you for taking the time to listen. You all, if you're listening to me right now, I literally felt led within my spirit to speak up for humanity. I did. To who's watching on the other end. And we haven't done anything as a whole to deserve what's happening to humanity. We haven't. We're not perfect. We're not claiming to be perfect. We've made mistakes. We've made plenty of mistakes in our life. We have. We have stumbled. We have failed. We've got back up. We've done things we shouldn't have done. And you know what? We said sorry, okay? And then we don't do it again. Okay, that's all I'm trying to say. We're not perfect. None of us are. So with that being said, let me say this. Thank you for listening to the individual or individuals on the other end. Thank you for listening to what I had to say. I'm not angry. I'm not. Okay, I'm not angry at all. I just wanted to ask the question. And I just wanted you to think about it, okay? Think about what you're doing, because it's affecting us as a whole. And it's literally, it's bothering us in our spirits, okay? We have a spirit within us, we do. And you know we do. you've got a spirit too, but we've got a spirit too, and ours is a loving spirit, a caring spirit, and a forgiving spirit. Okay, it is. So please think carefully about what you're doing to humanity. Okay, because there may come a point when this goes on too far, and then there'll be no turning back, because you will have went way too far. And I don't want you to do that. I don't, because I know within my spirit there will be no turning back. And then what will happen will happen, and it will be beyond humanity's control to stop what comes next. Okay, please don't do it. It's okay to stop right now. It is, and turn around and just continue forward. But please, if you continue on that path that you're on and you keep going, you're going to hit a threshold where there'll be no turning back. There'll be no turning back. And again, I'm not angry. I'm not upset. I'm just asking you, please. We have not done anything to deserve this. Humanity has not, as a whole. Thank you for listening. And I'm going to come over here now on my YouTube channel. I am. Hello, you all. Thank you for listening. I felt led within my spirit to speak up. I did. To whoever was listening on the other end. Because we have, as a race of beings, we have done nothing to deserve what's happening. Okay, humanity as a whole has done nothing. And I think we need to speak up, is what I think we need to do. Okay, I've spoke up. Okay, I have. And so with that being said, let me bring this back here. Hello, wherever you are, any part of the world. Hello, from my heart to yours, love you. Thank you so much for joining, you all. Please give this video a thumbs up. I know it's a different video. It's a very different video for me to do, but I have to do what I feel led within my spirit to do, and I am prompted within my spirit. I have got to speak up, and I hope you understand. Have a wonderful rest of your day. Love you.
Our minds urge to soar to the cosmos. Evolution by natural selection is driven by goals. Natural selection, it cares about survival and propagation of our genetic material. Our eyes, in particular, they evolve for the various earthbound challenges faced by our.
Please don't destroy stuff. Well, okay, all right, whatever. Santa Claus is over the Yukon and Northwest Territories right now. He's delivered over 6 billion presents and counting.
All right, folks, it's time, as we say in the South, the rubber has met the road. Okay, you know, they say when the rubber meets the road, you have to do something. And most of the time people put that off. They put it off for years. They put it off for a lifetime. The rubber has met the road.
I want to quote another thing. It's called the Bible. As for me and my house, we will do thus and so. I just saw a very
Kristchtmazz applesauce dipshit
interviews with people who are suggesting, pardon the way I look, we're at a Christmas party, who are suggesting that
pardon the way I look up at
people who are not vaccinated are jettisoned from the family get-together, that they are opted out, as people would say today. I'm saying no, absolutely not. Then, to make matters worse, I saw another gentleman who suggested that Christmas be jettisoned altogether. Well, I'm here to tell you, if you take that man's advice, then you are saying unequivocally that your government is bigger than your God. If you want to say that, you are free, absolutely. Go shout it from the rooftops. But as for me and my house, we will not say that. As for the other gentleman who suggested that anyone who is not vaccinated be opted out, I say, as for me and my house, you, and you know of whom I'm speaking, are not welcome in the Schneider household. So, ladies and gentlemen, Merry Christmas. Remember the reason for the season. Remember that your family and your love for your family is bigger and greater than any government body that has ever been in existence. They exist because of you, not the other way around. Christmas 2021 must not be sacrificed for the agenda of, I'm going to say it, of the few. And if you allow this regime to steal once again your Christmas, then you have done your family and your God a tremendous injustice. That's just an opinion, but I feel pretty strongly about it. Merry Christmas, Happy New Year, and we will see you in 2022. May the best days of 2021 be the worst days of 2022. Thanks for being in the conversation. Bye.
Well, the man's a decent speaker. I mean, he's culpable for a lot of things.
Hey, folks, Schneider here. I am in a...
where the fuck you come from again?
I'm on a road here, I believe.
Bo Luke. Bo Schneider. It's not Bo Schneider. It's Bo Luke. It's Bo Luke. It's Bo and Duke Luke, man. Fucking get it right. Fucking, you spent 15 years on the set, guy. Fucking, you just don't know your fucking own last name. Schneider. You're not a Schneider anymore. You're a motherfucking redneck, rebel flag flying, motherfucking racist. I got one for you. Here's, this is gonna be good. This is classic. This is classic. Oh shit.
Our guest of honor, Father Rasputin.
Time to dance.
Your reputation precedes you.
And that's all I can play of that because they all get copyrighted. You thought that was going to be really scary and shit, right? Right. I'm eliminating some videos here. We're done. Oh, one more from what did I do with my music? Okay. Oh, okay, I got some. No, I know. Oh, we'll use the Santa Claus music.
You say there are demons and spirits in your mind, 1,200 feet below the surface of the earth. With this much money,
I'd like to see them. YouHaunted.com welcomes you to the history of the haunt. Today we're going over the haunted Crescent Hotel.
Springs, Arkansas. Crescent Hotel was built in 1886 for the rich and famous. The hotel was built on a mountain above a village called Victorian Village. The architect of that time, Isaac Taylor of Missouri, built this hotel. The hotel cost $294,000 to build, and the hotel had 78 rooms. The reason for building this hotel at this particular spot on this mountain was because it was known by the Indians for healing water. These waters were known by the Indians to be able to heal people from different ailments. During the building of this hotel, tragedy struck as a man named Michael slipped and fell to his death. Supposedly, he was waving to a young man and died in the interior of the building of this hotel. By the late 1800s, the hotel had gone from a wonderful place to a place that was in disarray. And in the early 1900s, it closed. In 1908, it reopened as the Crescent College Conservatory for Young Women. At this time, another tragedy struck as a young woman who was pregnant fell out a window and died. They don't know if she killed herself or what happened, but supposedly she's in this hotel now, and they call her the Woman in the Mist. Shortly after this death, the college closed in 1934 and was bought and reopened in 1937 by a man named Norman Baker. Norman Baker was a carny and a con man. Norman bought the hotel because he believed he could cure cancer, and he brought in many sick people throughout the U.S. for this con game. Hundreds of people died.
I didn't like that the Wraith voice in that fucking film. It was just kind of sounded like it was coming from behind my screen there. Yeah, I don't know. I don't like stuff like that. It's getting late, guys. There's another motherfucking Russian motherfucker. Merry Christmas, motherfucker. (1886). The mud flood was in 1883. It was above a Victorian village called Victorian Village. You guys, I thank you for spending Christmas Christmas morning with me. Merry Christmas. I hope you guys have lots of presents to open. Yeah, let me show you my presents, because I'm sure you didn't get to see them at the beginning of the video. You guys here. Just real quick, I got it mailed in a box to me for my health insurance today. So you guys gotta have one of these for Christmas. I was gonna, wipe my ass on the other side of that, mail that to Bo Duke over there. And no, I'm not gonna do that. Wouldn't do that. Let's see what we got here. I've got a in the box that was on my front porch this evening when I went outside, because the FedEx guy was like fucking delivering shit. Oh yeah, you guys see my shirt? The FedEx guy was kind of running late, so it was dark when I found my wrist blood pressure monitor out in a nice packaged box full of packaging. The Concord fingertip pulse oximeter, like an oxymoron. Oxymorons need oximeters. And the biggest thing, I think I could take this to the fucking pawn shop and get a cool $5 out of a brand new Fitbit. That's right, a Fitbit. Sense your health, a stress management technology. You'll be less stressed when we can track every last fucking step you make. That's right. That's fucking. Everybody's got it. If you don't have a Fitbit, fuck slap. If you don't have 2 Fitbits, if you don't have 4 Fitbits and a Fitbit necklace, that's 2. That's 1 on each foot, ankle, and 1 on each wrist, and a fucking Fitbit necklace. And dude, you gotta have the Fitbit hat too. And the Fitbit shoes. If you don't have the Fitbit hat and shoes, the 2 bracelets and 2 ankle monitors. Ankle bracelets. What does that sound like to you? All right, did my bit shoot video. Merry Christmas. Yeah. We're going out with a bang here. Let's see. I think my video uploaded. Oh God, it fucking just kicked it off. Oh well. Fucking try to upload BitChute. There's always some sort of goddamn problem. Okay, so Santa Claus has made it. Back to the United States, what? Serious? Ogden, Utah. Well, he's just flying erratically all over the damn place out in the middle of nowhere where nobody lives. I didn't know the buffalo needed new toys, Santa. That son of a bitch right there. Anyway, I don't know if he's got evil intentions or what is going on. But we are hijacking each other's information big time for the past 2 months. It's like he's got every single last fucking thing I found. Why has he got those highlighted? He's interested in those. I have to watch this later just out of curiosity. Pretty much sick and done with it all. And that's why I disconnected my phone, truthfully, because, you know, I had 11 gigabytes of system data in there. That wasn't supposed to be there. I don't imagine my next phone's going to be any different.
Digital skeleton.
Oh, he refaced.
Made of some fancy metal I
Fucking
can't afford.
Holonut Psychotron did a reface. Check that out. That's cool.
Wish and I had a bucket of chicken. You never could want that, but I couldn't eat. You better start praying for them chicken nasty. Carnivore. This day is the Christmas Eve. Not his birthday, the one who cried. I didn't know Mithra, Perseus, Hercules, every other thing you got on this. Yep. What are the odds of that? Not very good. The actual person is, we believe him to be named Essa. And he was incarnated around the time most people believe the Jesus story is. And I do. I have a personal relationship with that spirit. It lives in my body. I'm careful not to name it aloud. Handling procedures with it are slightly ajar because of my frail humanity. I'm only 42. It is not the answer to the meaning of life, as some would have you believe. That's a complex cat and dog mouse show or whatever. It's a cultural phenomenon. That if I'm lucky, I won't be killed by it at close knife range, as I am tempting the fates. Krampus monster is the Grinch. He's a shape-shifting, frivolous, cold-blooded killer. Spiritual entity, yes. Some sort of humanity, close range, indeed. If you take that thing on, he will fight you back. Very well known effect of getting back in his face. Are you willing to take that chance? I didn't know this was risk being open with this type of foolishness. It's already put a kink in the glass of his phone, which in combo with the tablet He's coming onto the playing field.
I'd like to make it through this day alive.
One in a phone and one in a tablet.
Although by the early day I've drastically reduced my chances of lying. Thank you, Spirit of the Lord, who I know as the person that used to live as a. Thank you for being in my body and teaching me certain things and all that other stuff. And help me make it through this day and overcome the physical combat with the Archon Challenger. That son of a bitch. He won't steal Christmas ever again.
Yeah, some of these people have really great minds, even though a lot of us are not nautical. I am the descendant of men who would not be ruled, and I don't think you guys should be either. I don't think we ought to be called into non-existence either. You know, so I mean, we can go to energy independence real quick. This shit grows faster and fuck. You can eat it, makes bread rise, make clothes out of it. I don't smoke much, maybe once a month. Merry Christmas, guys, and I'll leave you with it's over a 3-hour stream, so what it don't matter here. We're gonna listen to this Krampus, because it's good shit. It is good. I'm probably gonna listen to this track all fucking day tomorrow. I gotta reset it because I want to hear it again. It's good. Good night, guys. I love you. Much love. Much love. Much love. Merry Christmas, everybody.
I don't sleep anymore. Dead eyes, cold floor, same old shit that I don't learn. 2 steps back, burn. Look at this mess. Drinking every day for a deep rest. Claw the most of it. Fuck it.
Motherfucking Russians.
Trust.